Hello guys, I tried to make this video before, but I figured like my noise, the volume wasn't working. This is going to be a little different video. It's for my social workers. Hey y'all, I want to talk to y'all about some CEUs, where to get them, and to give you some information. I just found this out today. So for those social workers, LCSWs, LSWs, whatever, that are dually licensed in multiple states. So I'm licensed in Indiana and in Florida. Getting your CEUs can be really, really stressful. And, organizing them, knowing where to get them, and knowing if they apply to both states, it's a lot. I looked on YouTube to see if anybody's going through what I'm going through, and I just couldn't find nothing. So I'm like, you know what? If I find something out, I'm going to tell the masses. So that's what I'm doing. So there is this website called Elite Healthcare, and it's CEUs for social work. It's, the board approves. And it's not perfect. It does crash often. You got to clear your cache. But, and this is not sponsored or nothing, so don't do that. But for what you get, it's, there you go. It's pretty good. So basically, this website, it gives you CEUs. It gives you like all the courses that you want. If you choose to take all the required courses from Indiana, Florida, you can do this. See, it has a full package. It's like 70, 80 bucks a year, something like that, for unlimited CEUs if you get the passport access. Now, what I did was I got, the Florida All Access Pass, and I didn't know this until today. This is why I'm super excited. So I called this number, 888-857-6920, to discuss my account to see, okay, how do I know which courses can apply to both Indiana and Florida? Is that even a thing? Can CEU courses apply to multiple licensures? Yes, they can, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So you got to scroll on down. Like, I already did that one when I tried to, whatever. So you got to scroll on down. And you got to add certificate. So you add the certificate, like pretend that this one only says Indiana. So you add the certificate, and you got to do this before you start the course. So request credit for additional licenses. Whatever state, that you have your account in, whatever, licensure state that you have your account in, it will show up right here. Mine says Indiana with my licensing number. So, and then you get saved to cart, you checked out, the cost is $0. Okay. So you want to make sure that you do this before you start the course, because if you go in the course and you finish it, and it'll only give you the license to, to whatever state is under, whatever state that course is under. You got to make sure that the course is under both states in order to get credit for both states. Okay. So if you look under here, Florida Social Work CEU CE package, 30 hours. So for the Florida Law for Social Workers, do you think that that is going to be applicable towards my Indiana licensure? No. How can you tell? Social work, Florida, 3 hours. But for example, this one, youth suicide, is for 4 hours. You go under certificates if it's not going to crash. Okay. And you see 2 licensures. Florida crashes. See, this is what I don't like about it. It crashes. But you see 2 licensures. You see one for Florida and one for Indiana. And what I also like about this is this also reports to the CE broker. So this is how I keep track of my Florida license, my Florida LCSW. Now, the CE broker, it doesn't keep my Indiana classes. It just don't. It keeps a lot of states. It just don't keep Indiana. But for the sake of the Florida one, since I'm living in Florida, yeah, I'm going to keep all my, courses up to date there. But for my own sanity, I also have an Excel sheet because I get paranoid sometimes, okay? So what I started doing is I have the states 2 right here, and I have the, I need to put the renewal licensing year. So Indiana's is April 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023. That is, you need to get so many CEUs, for Indiana, 20 per year. Okay. So what I do is I put the name of the CEU, the date that I'd taken it and passed, and how many CEUs is it. And I put it there. So I keep track of that, the record right here if it's just a quick cheat sheet. And I also keep a binder. That way, I print them out, I put them in this thing. That way, if the board comes knocking on my door, if they're like, we need to audit, we need to prove you to be in compliance. Okay, I got you. Okay, you want me to send all these papers to you? Because I can, because I keep the proof. I'm in compliance, always, honey. If anything, I'm doing more than I should. So, what I suggest is you buying a binder and buying these little tabs, and I just now thought of this, like, before I started making this video. But if you got licenses in multiple states, then for each page, you can keep the certificate for how many licenses you got for that one class. You can keep them in the same page. That's when you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I got, my license this in 2 states. Okay, 2 papers are going to go in here. Or 3 or 4, how many licenses you have. It's a lot. Like, to keep up with, because the board, the SWB, the NASW, all these acronyms, okay, all these organizations, okay, they have so many requirements that you have to do, every single year to keep you compliant, to keep you competent in your job, on top of doing your other job. Well, on top of you doing your day-to-day job. You know what I'm saying? So, you have to make sure that you're pretty much keeping up with the times. Like, for example, there's a new DSM-5, or there's updates to the DSM-5. There's updates. I haven't gotten it yet, but, I haven't even really, I read a little bit, but it's whatever. I gotta look at it. But, yeah, in order to keep your licensure, you have to prove that you're in compliance, and how to do that is to get a certain amount of CEUs each year. Yeah. And each state has different classes that are required. For example, for Indiana, 40 CEUs are required for every 2 years, so 20 per year. One of them have to be a class on ethics. Florida's crazy. Let me just read. Florida is 30 CEUs for, every 2 years, which ain't bad. I ain't hating. Okay. So you have to have a class on medical errors, ethics as well, laws and rules, domestic violence, and qualified supervisor training. I think that is for every 6 years. But yeah, so this is just my way of kind of organizing. So, I feel like I'm not just constantly taking taking courses every single day. And it's like I'm in college and it's like I'm not doing this for nothing. Like, this is, I can actually physically see the progress. I can see my certificate. I can hold it. I can see my, progress in my Excel sheet. And I just think it's a lot easier because when you're a social worker, your mind is going 90 miles a minute and you just kind of running everywhere. And yeah, and this is just kind of a way to just keep track of your stuff. And yeah, but I highly, highly, highly recommend Social Work Elite Healthcare CEU. Get it, okay? And if you're in a state that accepts the CE broker, get that. Because a lot of CEUs will automatically report to the CE broker. And it's a way that you can just keep track of your CEUs. Okay? So yeah. Well, I hope that you will have a good day. I don't know if my 10 minutes are up. Almost. Okay. I have to make each video under 10 minutes because Bandicam is not free. Okay. If I go over. So yeah. I'm about to make another video, about some reggaeton like I usually do. I'll probably do that this weekend. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.